Well, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you here at Arena UK for this exclusive Dodson and Horrell show jumping masterclass. We are incredibly lucky to have father and son, Gio and Dodson and Horrell ambassadors Michael and Jack Whitaker with us this evening to host two very special demonstrations, followed by an opportunity for you to ask questions. So a little bit about our two hosts. Michael Whitaker needs no introduction. He is part of the famous show jumping Whitaker dynasty, having won 8 European Championship medals. Michael has competed in 23 FEI World Cup finals and helped Britain win team gold at the 2013 Europeans with the wonderful Viking. He also helped the team qualify for the Rio Olympics at the 2015 Europeans in Aachen, and the team finished 4th to claim their Olympic spot. He's a regular on the British Nations Cup teams and has been to 4 Olympic Games, the first of those being in 1984. Jack, based with father in Nottinghamshire, he's already a stellar start to his career on ponies, having won 2 gold medals at FEI Pony European Championships in 2015 and in 2016, and team silver at the Junior FEI European Championships in 2017. In September of that year, Jack was crowned leading rider of the CS2 Star Super Cup at Brussels Stefex Masters. Jack won the first Great British medal at the Junior Olympics in Buenos Aires, Argentina last year on his 17th birthday, 34 years after his father achieved the same feat at the Los Angeles Olympics. Jack today rides a 4-year-old, very green, first time away from home, I believe. So Michael and Jack Whitaker, ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause, a quiet round of applause maybe, for this evening's demonstration. Mike and Jack Whitaker.
Thank you. I'm Michael, the good-looking one. That's Jack.
Well, he starts with a laugh.
He's first time away from home, so he's going to be very grieved. A bit spooky. He's very willing, but we have to be a little bit careful. Just give him 5 minutes to settle down.
Oh!
You can see why Jack's riding this horse.
He's got a bust neck. Oh boy.
It's going to be a very good experience for him anyway to do this. Bring him to the show this weekend. He's overbred by Billy Congo. Never jumped actually, but I used to jump grandmother. The grandmother jumped Grand Prix, and I think he's got a really good jump. Took us 20 minutes to get him on the wagon.
Oh boy.
I was advising, standing well away. We use, often on the new ones, we use the standing martingale. It just helps keep a bit of control and stop you getting smashed in the face all the time. At this age, it's quite important not to ask too much, just let them go forward in a straight line, try and keep them straight, and keep it as uncomplicated as possible. Basically, like he's going really nice there, he's nicely on the bridle. Going straight, I wasn't expecting him to carry on like this actually.
Right, I'm getting a bit confident now.
When he's ready, we'll just start with a fall on the floor, which we do at home. We'll just basically try and show you how we start him off. He's never been to a show, so this is like the very beginning for him, So I just put down all that forward.
Ooh.
And then maybe just try and canter. we just build him up really slowly as we go along, you know. As long as he's happy, you can do a little bit more. You just have to see how they're taking it and how it's going. Try not to get into any fight. Keep it as straightforward and simple as possible. Good.
He's a jumper.
Yep. Hopefully. I'll just make a little cross now because he's doing that okay.
Oh boy. Oh God.
Okay. We keep the fillers at the side here just to get used to seeing different things. We gradually move them in. Very good.
Good?
Yeah. You'd be very happy the way he's jumping that, you know, he's jumping it slow. He's kicking behind, you'd be very happy. Very good. Jack's, you know, he's not trying to lift him at the fence, he's sort of giving him a bit of freedom to drop his head and use his shoulders and use his back, which he's doing. Try that once more.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh boy.
That's it, it's nice to keep letting them know when things are going right. Carry on like this, I'll ride you next time. Very good. Gradually just move the fillers in a little bit. Okay. I'll move that out of the way. Very good. Actually, Jack, just try that up the other way.
Yeah. Oh boy. Good lad. Try and jump the red, white and blue one as well then, alright?
Right. Very good. Go then, try the other little one. Sit tight, sit tight.
Nope.
Okay, we'll just make it a little bit easier for him.
No chance.
Here's your pick next time. Right.
Yes, flying change.
Go jump the two again. Jump the green one then. Jump the green one and then jump the two.
Yeah.
You can see he's very green, he's looking around everywhere, but he's basically got a very nice attitude, and I don't mind them being spooky because at least they're looking where they're going. That's part of the job. They don't look where they're going, but no chance. But you change legs there, you ask them to change, you don't really work it much for it. Very good. Right, arena party, we could do an oxer.
Right, just try a little pan, Jack.
Blue is difficult. They do not like blue fences.
Ooh. Ooh. Dawson or vertical?
Yeah. Very confident. Sit quiet. Sit tight. Very good.
No problem.
Right, just pop a little oxygen jack and you can try and jump him round.
Very good there, isn't he?
Very good. This is a great start for him, you know, to be away from home under these sort of conditions with a few people watching. It's a very good experience for him. He's jumping really well, actually. We'll come away from home, actually. Then you can jump the blue wall, jump the Dobson hole,
Yeah.
down to the plank,
Yeah.
back over the outside, back down to that Dobson hole place.
Alright.
You got that?
Yeah.
Good. I haven't. Very good. Good. Very good. And Jack's sort of got him really well balanced in between. He's not asking, he's not asking him to do things that he's not, also not ready to do. He's well in his comfort zone there, so you'd have to be very happy with that. Okay, just try it the other way now. Do the two Dobson hole fences.
Yeah.
The plank, back over the outside, and back over. You got that?
Yeah, I got it.
Actually, this course is quite a good course, even if you haven't got a lot of space, because you can jump it in so many different directions, different courses. Oh, breathe out. You don't like every breathing. We'll just start again.
Good boy.
I'll try not to breathe. Woo! That's why Jack's on. Very good. Just watch the fellas.
Don't stop moving them now.
Very good. You'd have to be very, very happy with that.
So do that line again.
Yeah. Okay. Pull that one up, will you? I think it's a bit more difficult this way because it's jumping into the crowd and there's a lot more for him to look at coming this way, so he's a little bit shy. Not sure the pole, Melissa.
Quick.
Stuff anyway.
Quick.
Very good. Good. I think
Good.
that's probably enough for him.
Yeah. Good. Oh, boy.
So I mean, you'd have to be very happy with that. He's only had one face down and he's sort of improved. He's jumping around now, so
Good, huh?
Very happy. Right, it's my turn now. I have to go on the next one.
This is it's another mare we bred, 6-year-old, just turned 6-year-old. She's still a little bit green really, for her age, but she's only just turned 6. Probably not even that actually. But she's jumped a few newcomers now. She's started getting to get better and better really. Like nearly thinking about taking on a bit of a tour, like March time. Just building the confidence up right now. Get her jumping good. But she's looking very promising.
Her mother was Portofino, which was one of my better ones. She's not very big, but she seems to have everything right.
How's she feel?
She's a bit spooky. Oops.
It's level, isn't it? So she's done a fair bit more than the other chestnut horse. Put these fences back up for her.
It's all Jack's fault this because first time I've rode out really. Alright, we'll just give her a bit of time.
Oh, it's all excellent, isn't it?
Just talk a little bit about what you're going to do with this horse.
Yeah. Okay.
She has jumped sort of up
Whatever.
to Foxton level, so she has done a bit.
Canter, do you ever do any out of trot and things like
Yeah.
A bit fresh.
that? Just keep trying to keep it.
With this horse today, we'll just try and get her jumping around nicely around the course, flowing a bit more, doing a bit more, jumping a bit more than the other one she's come on. So like we jump the different lines, make her try and do maybe a few different stuff, but she's looking a bit spooky. So we'll just see how we go. But she should be now starting to learn how to come back a bit more evenly, using herself over the jump, using her canter a bit better.
If she doesn't start to feel any better, Jack can get back on it.
Because that pole there, put underneath this. With the setup we've got here, with the oxygen line here, this is 5 strides this, but you could, well, maybe not put, you could nearly put 4 if you had a bit of a bigger stride and also bigger fences, but maybe not try that today. But with the with the plank and the vertical there, that's a bit of a bending line, you can vary very much what you can do there. We'll just work on that a bit maybe today and see how she handles it.
I think she was quite a late fall as well, so she's still only 5 really. I'm not nervous at all. Right.
Do you need a crossbow?
What do you say? I think my wife's getting a bit worried. So are you sure you want to do this? Ooh, not so sure. Get Jack back on in a minute.
With this horse on the flat, we do a little bit more with her. Like we try and get with her changing legs, get her trying to them very nice and flowing. Like with the other one, it's more trying to get them going forward when they're a lot younger and just starting out. We're just trying to get them going forward nicely. We don't try and work on too much of pulling them together because they come back at you enough really. But with this one, it's a bit more experience. It's come onto the bridle a little bit more. Like the other one was working nicely, but this one's got its head down. It's cantering through the bit normally. When I ride it.
I'm all right.
It changed legs really nicely there, which is. Oh, sit up.
I think she's cold weather's got her a bit fresh, I think. It's normally quite nice. That's why I picked this one.
We're very happy that we've bred these two chestnut horses. Actually, you're lucky if you the one good nice one in a few years, but we've got a bunch now that I think could really come on. And the two young ones we've got here today are definitely, like, considering that we bred them, it's a bit more special than when you bought them as a young one. And it was out Portofino was a very good mare my dad used to ride. It's just interesting to see how they're similar in the way they jump and all that. It's interesting, it's breeding actually. Stallion was it's a clone of Gem Twist. Gem Twist was a really good horse back when my dad was a young lad. Fair few years ago.
No, like 5 years ago.
So it's just different. It's different kind of sport really with all this cloning going on. But it's breeding. The mother couldn't give birth, so we had to do embryo transfer. So the mare was out of, she's not by, and the stallion it's by was never a stallion. It's all a bit strange.
It's all tight.
Oh. She's a jumper though. Look good.
Thank you.
This is what we do normally, like even at a show, we just try and get settled down to start with. It's very difficult to work with them when they're all hyped up and a bit fresh. So try and get as settled as possible, and then we just start jumping a few little fences. And they start settling down once they start jumping a bit more. They get a bit more relaxed, a bit more confident, and you start jumping a bit bigger. You're not vertical there, or?
No, I just jumped a little small.
Chicken. Oh. She's actually jumped here plenty of times before, so I don't really know why she's so spooky. Different rider.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Spare yourself, please.
In the other horse, we just had just a snaffle, a thick snaffle on him. We don't, because in this horse we have it's called a two-ring gag. It's just a little bit stronger. You can pull it together a little bit more.
Let's go straight across there.
You can pull it together a little bit more. It just helps when she's spooking a little bit, and she likes to run through the bridle a little bit. So I decided to put a two-ring in, and it seemed to help out a lot. But when they're really young, like the other one, we like just not to complicate things too much until they're very confident and on the bridle, and then you can start adapting. It's really nice that like, she's towards the fence. She's a little bit fussy with her head, but like you just try and leave that alone. Don't try and fuss with her, fight with her too much. Then she's going to get fussier then. But like when she gets 3 strides out, she starts to look at the fence and drop her head and really use her shoulder. And that's what you want to see really. Bigger or?
Yeah. The other thing, I think it's important not to try and confuse, keep everything as straight and as simple as you can. Don't try and confuse too much. And then they be clear about what you're asking them to do, so they understand. And hopefully get less complications. Like this, like she's fresh and a bit spooky. But you just got to sort of go along with it a little bit.
Ignore it all. She's got a really nice way of jumping. It's not extravagant, but
Go a bit together.
It's just nice.
I'm really not looking forward to trying to jump this plank because it's spooky at it every time.
Oh, jumped it good.
Yeah.
That's just she took that then just because she's still a bit fresh and a bit sharp, so she's fighting him a little bit, and he's just trying to keep it together, keep her nice towards the fence, and she's just pulling at him a little bit. And when she gets there, she's not really concentrating. Like then, she wasn't as fighting as much, and she used herself a lot better. It was just she learned from her mistake, and that's how they learn really. When you've got to kind of let them.
Just go a bit bigger there.
He's leaving a head learn at the fence, like towards the fence, got it together. But Australia, like as soon as he gets there, he's got soft hands, like he's hot. Make sure he's not dropping her, like because she's still young. She could do anything after the fence, but he's just not trying to pick her up. Not trying to do too much with her. And then they'll learn themselves then, which is a much better way than us trying to make them jump. More natural.
Jump that plank.
You'll start. My dad will start putting a few fences together now, I think.
Just move that one, fill the back a bit there, Mercy. Just pull that back a bit.
When they're just a little bit fresh, it's just easier to get them jumping nicer with a few little ones, and you can start gradually doing a bit more and a bit more. Like really, she'll be jumping around across, no problem really, a bit bigger than this. Good. Really nice then. Feeling good?
Very. No. Took me a while to get it right though.
You can still see her looking around a bit, but to be fair, it's... Ooh!
I think I'm just putting you right for Jack actually.
I hope you're joking. As I was saying before, it's better. You nearly rather them, like obviously it's not that, it's a bit difficult when they're a bit spooking, but you'd rather have a little look.
She was seeing one and I was seeing another one.
I've never really seen him miss before actually. You'd nearly rather them have a little look, and at least you know that they're looking at the fence, looking at the top pole. Wow, very good. Bigger?
Just jump that one swat.
You know, like she's actually a very careful mare. The only time she touched when I had one down is when she's
Go on then, we'll try a little bit bigger.
just not really concentrating or fighting the rider a little bit, but then in time when she starts jumping more courses and like when she touches them when she's fighting, she'll learn from her mistakes, and like you just try and get them to learn more naturally than forcing them to jump.
You know, the other good thing I think of the ground line is it gives them a little bit more confidence. Actually, you're not telling them why, you know.
Right?
Right.
Put Paul on top of that. That's alright, bugger. Really good. She's starting to really use herself. She's concentrating a bit more now. She's not as fresh. She's quite a sensitive mare anyway. That's really, really good there.
Keen on these Dr. Roll fences. Right.
Double A. Ooh, ooh, ooh. To be fair, she jumped here plenty of times before. One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh. No.
You see, he put 5 strides then. That's meant to be a 5 stride distance. It's no 5 strides, but before he put 6, he's just making a weight. I don't think you think he's more worried about himself, to be honest.
Okay, just have that bit bigger, the double.
She's looking really nice there though, considering she's a bit on edge.
She's just looking around and being spooky.
All right.
Yep. Not used to this many people watching. Okay.
Good. She was starting to pull him in there a bit more. Just see it gaining in confidence
I
really.
think pull that a bit bigger now, the double.
I think with the young ones, the more you can get them out to different places and get them doing different kind of stuff and seeing as many different things as possible, I think the better really. Because they're gonna see it at some point in their lives, and if they're gonna be any good, they can't spook at it. So it's fairly vital that they get to see as much as possible, and doing actually stuff like this, like hiring out arenas and I'm not talking to you. hiring out arenas and just going to as many, like just getting them out to shows. It all helps. Like, even if it's just jumping small classes with the young ones, it definitely helps out a lot.
Plank. I'm going to plank.
Plank. Same before this, the way we've set up the fences here, it's very good actually, because you can jump it in many different ways, and you don't have to have like this is a very big indoor arena actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She took him down there really nicely then.
Ooh.
And you don't, like, small arenas, this course works, and it just helps out, like the bending lines as well. You see a few of them in shows, and it's difficult to practice them. The difficult lines, especially for the young ones.
Okay, just give a touch more ground line going in.
Very good. So it's just he's leaving her, he's letting her learn herself. Like we're going in, then she was pulling him in a little bit, so she just let her drop her head, let her do what she wanted to do really, and she touched it and she learned then. And it's the best. I think it's the best way to do it.
We'll just have that bit bigger. Good girl. And the other thing, I think, we try not to knock fences down like that at all.
Yeah.
The least fences they knock down, the better, because they can easily get into the habit of thinking that's the easy way out, you know. So we want them to think it's not usual to knock one down.
If they jump right at home, really nicely, right? Even if it's just jumping, didn't knock anything down, you give it. Wait, that's it. You'll finish there, and you'll wait till the next day to jump them. And it shows if they jump clear, leave them at that. Don't keep jumping them. I think it's just they learn. Then it's just nice for them to jump clear rounds. And this is a bit bigger for her now, so a bit more ground line. So we'll see how she copes.
She should win this weekend anyway. That's all I can missed again.
She gave a bit too confident now, pulling him in a bit.
I've got my glasses in my pocket. Maybe I'll have them on.
Really nice. She's like 2 strides out there, and you see her back. You saw her back up, and again, really good. But it's what you want to see really when they come to the fence, like 2 or 3 strides out. You just see them prep themselves, like back off the jump. That's when they're running through them a bit. Then they're more likely to just rush across it.
Go a little bit bigger.
Do you want bigger oxer or not? Or?
She's not liking these 2 oxers. No.
But it's just we try, like, we don't jump her lows, but we.
Jack said I don't want the 2 oxers bigger. She's not liking them 2 oxers.
We don't jump her lows, but we try and get her out nearly every week to a show. And the more she's doing, the better she's improving. And it's just all confidence and learning the sport for them, really. Really nice. That's quite a big fence. That's quite a big fence for her. That she's still really only 5, so she's done very well there.
I can't believe how much she's improved in 10 minutes. Very good.
How's your neck?
It's a bit stiff. Shall we not have the double a bit bigger? We're on a roll.
Good girl. Ginger. We like our simple names at home. All the homebreds they're not very, you see all the fancy foreign names. Well, our ones are very simple.
Okay. Coming out looks, I don't know.
Good, very good. Whoa. Proper.
Definitely.
Right. That was just very impressive there. She's still, at that kind of height, she's still very green. She's only jumping around newcomers, which is probably about the same size as that plank, 110, a bit bigger maybe.
She's got the right jacket on her now though.
You're making me look bad.
Good. Try these oxers again. Now she's a bit tired.
Again, when it's nearly better to when they're a bit tired, they start learning and they're a bit easier to handle with, and like you don't want to just keep jumping, and they get a bit tired, they get bored then. But when they're a bit more tired, they're a bit more amenable, and they learn a bit more, and that's really good there. Actually, she just catches down that line, then no problem.
What's in? Stop while I'm ahead, or I'll go to this double again.
Ooh, bit short going in. Oh, no problem. Very good. Round of applause. She didn't like that. Hopefully she'll get used to them.
Well, that's warmed me up anyway.